What's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name is Fareed, and in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a recent announcement surrounding a multi-token ISPO that we've just received from the Geniusx team. Now, before I jump into that, if it's your first time visiting the channel, I aim to provide you guys in the Cardano community with the latest news when it comes to the top projects in the ecosystem. And so if this kind of content interests you, make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time visiting the channel, consider subscribing. And if at any point you have a question or a comment, make sure to leave it down below. Okay, now let's talk about this announcement. And before we actually do that, I want to quickly give you guys a rundown, if you guys have never heard of Geniusx, about what exactly they plan on doing. So here we have the Geniusx website. You guys can actually access that by going to genius-x.co. From here, we can see that this is going to be an accelerator program launching on Cardano, and their goal is going to be to assist early stage startups attain speed, scale, and edge. And so if you're a potential project launching on Cardano, you can apply to join this particular program. And what they're really going to help you guys out with is going to be your ISPO design. They're also going to help out with business strategy and product development. And then on top of that, if you need some help with your token designs, they do that as well. And then everything such as marketing. So it seems like they're going to really be giving a lot of the services that some of these early projects need to get off the ground. So I'm really excited to be talking to you guys about Geniusx today. And I also wanted to just quickly say that Geniusx is the sister project of Genius Yield. So I have a fully dedicated video to the Genius Yield protocol, which I'll leave a link to down in the description below. But Genius Yield is going to be an AMM style DEX and liquidity management platform, also launching on Cardano. And so now that we've covered that, let's jump into this particular article surrounding the multi-token ISPO. I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit. And as I mentioned before, this is going to be a new feature coming to Cardano in regards to ISPOs and how you can actually delegate on the Cardano blockchain. So before we jump into the actual details surrounding the multi-token ISPO, I just want to quickly highlight what exactly an ISPO is and how they work on the Cardano ecosystem. So here, Geniusx, a revolutionary launchpad and business accelerator helping Web3 startups attain speed, scale, and edge, is thrilled to announce the world's first multi-token ISPO. An ISPO is a community funding method unique to Cardano. In ISPOs, delegators stake their ADA to stake pools run by startups. Delegators give up their usual 4 to 5% APY in ADA staking rewards in exchange for receiving a project's native token. And so I'm not sure if you guys recall, but Meld was actually one of the first ISPOs to launch on the Cardano blockchain. And in that particular ISPO, you were basically able to delegate to the Meld stake pool, and in return you received Meld tokens. And so basically what happens is the Meld project is going to keep the 4 to 5% ADA rewards that you would traditionally get. However, in exchange, they're going to give you their native token. Okay, jumping back in here, it says Geniusx will introduce the world's first multi-token ISPO for selected startups in the Geniusx Accelerator program. At the time of shooting this video, I believe Geniusx has onboarded anywhere between 8 to 10 different projects, and we're going to take a look at that here in just a minute. Now, delegators will be able to get tokens of 5 projects by delegating their ADA to the Geniusx token ISPO. Again, traditionally, you were able to delegate to one particular stake pool, and you would then receive one particular project's native token. However, now with the process of this multi-token ISPO, you're now going to be able to earn up to 5 different tokens by making a single delegation to one single stake pool. Now, taking a look at some of the details here surrounding the multi-token ISPO, it looks like they will be allocating a total of about 3% of each project's total supply for the ISPO. So for example, if a project has a total supply of 100 million tokens, we're going to see about 3 million of those tokens put up as rewards for their ISPO. Now, in terms of the actual stake pools that you guys can use in order to participate in this multi-token ISPO, you're going to be able to delegate to Gens 1, Gens 2, Gens 3, and Genius X. Now, if you're not familiar with these pools, these are actually the same pools that the Genius Yield team used for their ISPO, and then the Genius X ISPO is also using these same pools. So it's really cool to see here that the team is continuing to use the same pools. That's obviously making it a lot easier for delegators to participate in the ISPO because they don't have to move their funds around. And then moving forward, I don't believe that if you've already delegated that you have to do anything to participate in this particular ISPO. So I'm really happy to see that the Genius X team has made this very simple for existing delegators to participate in. Jumping back into the article here, staking rewards across the 4 stake pools will be split equally between each of the startups. So it's going to be split, I believe, if it's going to be 5 different projects, 20%. And it looks like that'll be equally weighted. So you're not going to be receiving more tokens for one particular project or the other. Now, in terms of the actual ISPO length, the ISPO will last a total of 25 epochs, which is about the same length that we saw the Genius Yield and the Genius X ISPOs last, and that's about 4 or so months. So not too bad there. Now, I will say here that I don't see a minimum amount to be delegated. So it looks like you can delegate as little ADA as you want or as much ADA as you want. Again, that looks like really good news. Now, in terms of the development of this particular ISPO, startups accepted in the multi-token ISPO need to have a proven track record of development and prospects for growth. So they're not just picking up any project here. And as I mentioned earlier, in order to qualify for the multi-token ISPO, it will have to be a project which they've already onboarded. Now, what are some of the benefits of the Genius X Multi-Token ISPO? As I mentioned before, you're now going to be able to earn 5 different tokens by delegating to one particular stake pool. On top of that, your ADA will never leave your wallet. So this is a mechanism of the Cardano ecosystem as a whole. It's not something that's specific to this particular staking pool or this ISPO. So normally when you stake on the Cardano blockchain, your ADA will never leave your wallet. And so if at any point you actually want to withdraw your ADA, which is another benefit, there's also going to be no lockup period. So that's that. And then there's also going to be no KYC or registration required in order to participate in the ISPO, because again, this is all running in a decentralized environment. So those are the main benefits. There is also just a little bit of risk involved. And so again, because you're going to be giving up the 5% of your ADA rewards, if the project goes south, you will be losing that, right? Because at that point, the tokens that you've received in exchange for your 4 or 5% in ADA will essentially become worthless. All right, next, I want to quickly cover some of the dates associated with the multi-token ISPO. And so the multi-token ISPO will start on epoch 363, and that's going to be on September 12th of 2022 at 9:45 p.m. UTC. Now, the first snapshot for the ISPO will be beginning on epoch 364, which will be September 17th, 2022 at 9:45 p.m. UTC. And then when it comes to the actual end of the multi-token ISPO, it's going to last, as I mentioned before, 25 epochs. And the last epoch will be epoch number 388, which will be on January 15th of 2023 at 9:45 p.m. UTC. Now that's really about it in terms of the article and all of the information here. I do want to quickly say that there are some instructions here at the very bottom regarding how you can actually delegate to the Genius X pool. And so if you guys do not have any experience doing that, I highly recommend that you check out this bottom or the remainder of the article. I'll go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Now, with that said, I do want to quickly highlight some of the projects which have already been onboarded into the Genius X platform. And so jumping back into their website here, we can see some of the Genius X members are Martify, and they're basically going to be a gaming and metaverse infrastructure project. There's also Maestro, which is going to be a crowdfunding project. There's also Carta Hub, which is an NFT shop or marketplace. There's also going to be Smart Places, which is actually the first project to have been declared as a participant in the multi-token ISPO, and they're going to be a connect to earn social media platform powered on Cardano. Their primary focus is going to be to give control of data ownership back to the ordinary users, restoring privacy and transparency. Now there's also Iagon, which is a decentralized cloud storage platform building on Cardano, as well as Cardano Feed, which is a decentralized news platform. There's also Fluid Tokens, which is a DeFi to NFT bridge for lending and borrowing. And then there's also Reach Metaverse, which, as their name suggests, is a metaverse building on Cardano. And then there's Legity, which is bringing a brand new offer in terms of finance to Cardano. And then I'm actually not too familiar with Outlaws Brawl, but they look like they're a new project in terms of play to earn coming to Cardano. Now, they did recently release an article regarding Ada Ninjas, which is another Cardano NFT project, which they've also onboarded. But that's really it. So it'll be interesting to see exactly who else gets onboarded and selected as a potential ISPO participant in this multi-token stake pool or ISPO. But that's really it for today's video. So if you guys found some benefit out of this video, I would really appreciate it if you guys could tap that like button. It's going to help to get this content out to other like-minded viewers like yourself. Again, if it's your first time visiting the channel, I ask that you consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.